Microsoft Copilot Code Red. Apparently, they are panicking about the low adoption or low satisfaction with their Copilot AI assistant, and they're trying very hard to course correct. And I think internally they're freaking out over at Microsoft. People hate Copilot. It's so weird. There was a show, I can't remember what it was, of some police drama that my wife watches with a girl from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but my son was telling me he was watching an episode and they basically had like a baked in ad for Copilot talking about how great Copilot was and how to use it in the damn TV show. Like, that's how desperate Microsoft is, right? Like their corporate accounts, Office 365, only 3% of people are using Copilot. It's not great. And it's not just that it's not great, it's that it was forced on people. And we're going to talk about this. Microsoft forces new features on their users, and they tend to chase their users off as a result of it. People just want Microsoft Windows to just do what it's supposed to do and be an operating system. But Microsoft uses it as a sales platform, a funnel, and now Copilot, they promised the moon. It was going to it's going to run your computer for you and take screenshots so you remember where you're at. And it's like, yeah, most people don't want that. I don't want Microsoft taking screenshots of my desktop all the time. So let's talk about where they're at. It's Code Red, guys. It's Code Red. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, this is Kneon, this is CLOWNFISH TV, and this is yet another dismal Microsoft video. I swear to God, it's like every day. And we can watch kind of the collapse of their Copilot rollout in real time, and it's a cluster. This is like the freaking Arch Deluxe of AI. Right? I mean, that's what this thing is. Google Arch Deluxe, if you're not familiar. McDonald's biggest flop ever was a sandwich. It's expensive, and they tried to get rid of their identity, their brand identity as a kid-friendly restaurant, and they chased an adult audience, and it blew up in their face. Microsoft is in the same position right now. They're supposed to be making Windows, which is an operating system that lets you use your computer. Same thing happened with Adobe. We're going to shove AI into Adobe so your computer uses you. The content makes itself. People just want to get on the internet. They don't want to be railroaded. See also Google now using their AI snippets. And the reason they're doing this, all these companies, is they've spent cajillions of dollars. Is that a real number? Cajillions of dollars on AI. They promised investors AI is the future. Everybody wants it. It's so great. It's going to be in everything. It's going to be in your refrigerator. Your toilet's going to use AI to tell you when to take a shit, And now they're like, oh, hey, maybe people don't like it as much. Maybe it's not as good as we told people it was supposed to be by now. And we have to justify burning billions of dollars on it. So we're going to shove it. We're going to force people to use it so we can brag about the adoption rate. They can go out to their investors and say, look, there's like a 95% adoption rate on Copilot because we shoved it into every damn application on Windows. Anyway, this is coming from ET, the Economic Times of India. There we go. Microsoft's Copilot Code Red, Satya Nadella's AI overhaul to boost Azure and investor confidence. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has initiated a Copilot Code Red to enhance AI performance and user experience, aiming to boost investor confidence amidst fierce competition. Yeah, Copilot is like an afterthought for most people. Most people think ChatGPT, they think Gemini. Coders think Claude. Like nobody's using Copilot unless they have to, and they're annoyed that they shove it into everything. The company is allocating significant cloud capacity to Copilot development, with analysts suggesting Azure can still exceed expectations due to strong token demand and GPU pricing. It's almost 2 years after Google CEO Sundar Pichai declared a company-wide Code Red over AI. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella now has deployed his own emergency overhaul dubbed Copilot Code Red, according to a report by Benzinga. Isn't that what they used to say on The Big Bang Theory? Benzinga, or whatever the hell it was. The report adds that Nadella is driving a sweeping effort to improve the performance and user experience of Copilot. Yeah, it's called Panic. We used to call that Panic. A sweeping effort. Yeah, it's called I'm shitting my pants because I have literally bet the farm on AI and nobody wants it. Microsoft CEO also claims to restore investor confidence. Yeah, their stock is dropping off a cliff as Microsoft is facing mounting competition from Anthropic and other AI rivals. The report adds that Microsoft's cloud arm Azure remains a critical growth driver. Boy, isn't that a pivot, right? Like, hey guys, everything's AI, 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 AI. Oh, people don't want it? Oh, Azure's doing okay. Come on, guys, buy some Microsoft stock. So yeah, internal usage could rise 50%. It's going to exceed expectations. This is all about making the investors feel good. Along with this, the analyst pointed out that Microsoft's ability to balance capital spending, free cash flow, and AI monetization, with free cash flow margins around 20%, improving Copilot sentiment and potential upside in Azure. And the stock is under pressure. Let's see here. They are at 368. Let's see, when was this, like 2 days ago? Friday? Yeah, 368 a share. Blah, 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 blah. This is about, okay. So what this is about is trying to save their stock. That's very simple. Like they're trying to, seriously, they're trying to make the investors feel good. So they're going to be like, oh guys, we're going to fix Copilot on us. Cause yeah, I mean, it's very easy to see. You don't have to be a computer expert. Like how many billions of dollars did you spend on Copilot on this product and literally nobody wants it? Oh, that's not good. You've bet the farm on this product nobody wants. Oh, that's not good. I think I'm going to take my money out of Microsoft and put it in another company. The AI bubble is going to burst this year. I'm telling you. I'm not saying AI is going to go away. I'm not at all. AI, just like when we had the .com bubble, we still have websites, right? It's just the gold rush phase is over. And now we have, then we had several years where the dust kind of settled and we had a use for websites and domains and online shopping and all that. Same thing is going to happen with AI. The dust is going to settle. The bubble's going to burst. The dust will settle. We'll have a use for it. We'll know what its capabilities are, its limitations are. We'll know how much money we're willing to spend to throw at it to get a return on that investment versus just like, let's just build a bunch of data centers and power centers and whatever. Let's just cover the entire continent with a bunch of shit to power Copilot. Let's build nuclear power plants. Yeah, they're cutting back on the number of data centers and power centers and shit that they were going to build too, because they realized like, yeah, I think we've hit a ceiling. I mean, if it's not like this is a hard limit that the technology has hit the ceiling, it's going to be, this is a consumer limit. This is what people are willing to pay, willing to spend. It's what investors are willing to bankroll, because really money determines how fast technology advances, right? You cut the funding off, then you pretty much stay at the same level for, well, to turn the money back on. That's just kind of how it works, right? So anyway, this is coming from Engadget. Microsoft starts removing unnecessary Copilot buttons in Windows 11. Notepad's Copilot menu has been replaced with writing tools. So wait, it's the same thing. They just don't want to call it Copilot because Copilot is so damn toxic. It's radioactive. They're just going to rebrand it. Oh my God. Yeah, this is like Microsoft Edge all over again, right? Microsoft has rolled out a Notepad update for Windows insiders that removes the Copilot branding from the app. The old Copilot menu has still been replaced with writing tools, but it's worth noting the tools are still powered by AI and pretty much identical to the selection found in the old menu. They're literally just taking the Copilot name off of the AI tools, but the AI tools are still there. Am I getting that right? So people freaking hate Copilot. They're looking for everything Copilot to uninstall it from their apps and to uninstall it from Windows. So they're just calling it something else. This has happened before. This has happened before. Microsoft has just replaced the Copilot button with a pen icon. In addition, the company has removed mentions of AI in the settings menu and has placed the option to disable the AI-powered writing tools within the advanced features section. This is desperate. This is desperate. The fact that they're still going to force you to use it, but they're going to call it something else so you can't find it and disable it. You don't even know you're using it. You're not eating the bugs. It's just protein. That's what it is, right? Don't ask where the protein came from. It's just protein. The company first announced it was dialing back its Copilot branding last month, most likely in response to all the criticism against the AI assistant, but it's still there. It's not well liked, with people complaining that Microsoft is forcing them to use the assistant inside all of its apps and that Copilot doesn't provide a consistent experience across different applications. You will see us be more intentional about how and where Copilot integrates across Windows. He said, yeah, this is part of their code red. They're panicking. They're panicking. Damn, they said Microsoft has already stopped showing the Copilot button when selecting areas to capture with the snipping tool. Wait, they had it shoved into the snipping tool too? Seriously? Do we still have Minesweeper? Is Minesweeper still a thing? Do we have AI in Minesweeper? Clearly, the company has been making good progress on yanking at least the visual reminders. Yeah, it's still there, though. So here, I found this article, and this kind of sums it up really well. It's coming from, ironically, the Mozilla blog. Old habits die hard. Microsoft tries to limit our options, this time with AI. It said Microsoft announces pulling back on Copilot from several of its core Windows apps, Photos, Notepad, Snipping Tool, and widgets. Rolling back these forced AI integrations is the right move, but this is just the most recent example of Microsoft going too far without user consent. Copilot was pushed onto users. Yes, I agree with this 100%. Over the last year, Copilot wasn't offered to Windows users. It was installed on them. The M365 Copilot app began auto-installing on any Windows device running Microsoft 365 desktop apps with no prompt and no consent. That is a lawsuit waiting to happen. A new physical keyboard key was added to laptops that launch Copilot by default with no simple way to remap it. By default, Copilot was pinned to the taskbar starting with Windows 11. And going a step further, Microsoft planned to embed it into 3 of the most fundamental surfaces for the operating system: the Notification Center, the Settings app, and File Explorer. Then came the user backlash. When Microsoft says it now wants to be intentional about Copilot, they're really admitting they made repeated choices to serve their business over their customers. Again, the only reason people are using Windows is because it comes pre-installed on most PCs. It's dog shit. It really is. But unfortunately, it's the standard. I really wish that would change. I wish people would just be like, you know what? It's time to jump ship, because Windows to Microsoft is a marketing platform, right? It's basically spyware. I mean, it is. It's constantly talking to Redmond. It's constantly sending information to Microsoft. It's being used to market to you. There are pop-up ads on freaking Windows. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They said this isn't the first time. Microsoft has a pattern of deceptive design patterns. Independent research commissioned by Mozilla, a competitor in the browser space, by the way, has documented how Microsoft uses design and distribution tactics to override user choices, from deliberately complicated processes for changing your default browser, yes, to UI that routes users back to Microsoft's Edge browser even after they've explicitly chosen something else. Yes, since Mozilla published that research, Microsoft has continued to escalate its use of dark patterns to force behaviors that help the bottom line. Well, it's not helping them very much because their stock's cratering, not people's lives. Yeah, they don't care about your life. They only care about whether or not you're going to keep paying for their shit. That's it. You are a pay pig. Here are a few examples. The Windows search bar embedded in the taskbar in Windows 10 and 11 is hard-coded into Edge, regardless of your default browser. Windows has not implemented a true device migration system like we see on Android, iOS, and macOS, where your apps, settings, and data are all reflected on your new device when you buy a new computer. The defaults are changed back to Microsoft's own products. So, yeah, you buy a new computer, you had, Chrome or Mozilla as your default browser, et cetera, et cetera. New computer resets it back to Edge. Microsoft Outlook and Teams by default ignore your default browser selection and open links in Edge. Windows does not offer a simple prompt that other browsers can trigger, asking to become your default browser. Instead, other browsers have to direct you to Windows settings and hope you finish the multi-step process. Most people won't. They won't do that. They don't know how to do it. Yeah, they got this shit locked down. This is, I mean, it is. This is ridiculous. I remember Internet Explorer back in the day. It was the same thing. The Copilot rollout followed the same playbook we've come to expect from Microsoft. Use automatic installs, physical hardware, and default settings to force behavior. In the most recent instance, they've allowed their AI to learn and gather data as quickly as possible before people even had a choice. So they're talking about how they have a control panel, and they're walking it back now. They're only walking it back now because of the noise, right? And I agree with Mozilla, and Mozilla's getting kind of weird too. I'm going to be honest, but I agree with them. They said this isn't the internet that people want or have to accept. People have been clear about what they want when it comes to this era of the internet. They want to feel like they're in control of their own devices and their own data. That's the internet we're trying to build. Choose Mozilla over Edge. But no, it's true. And I really do think before it's all said and done, we're going to wind up with another internet. I think we're going to have the people-powered internet because everybody's going to get so sick of the corporate internet. I think we're going to have another option out of necessity. And we're going to go back to what things were like in the late 90s, early 2000s. You know, well, slightly better technology, but it's going to be people talking to people, not people talking to bots. And I don't know what that looks like, but I'm sure there are people smarter than me working on that right now. I hope. So I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.